This is the Iowa Weather Report for Saturday, October the 27th, 2012. Now, our first look at the GFS Model Run. This is at 1 p.m. this afternoon at 500 millibars. You can see Sandy off the Florida coast. Could be a tropical storm or a minimal hurricane. Meanwhile, around here, we're just cold, sunny, highs in the 40s to near 50, with no real chances of any precipitation, all of it off to our south and east with Sandy and along that front. The storm on Sunday moves up a little bit further to the north. The mid-Atlantic looks like it's going to get a real walloping, and even Monday the storm begins its westward turn. Around here it just stays fairly calm and cool, highs in the 40s to low 50s with sunshine, but the northeast looks just nasty. But here is Tuesday, and you see this low. According to the GFS, some models move it in other places. The storm would be near Cleveland, and that could bring some of the wind further west. And then here on Wednesday, it would be up in southwestern Ontario province. So we need to look at that for the possibility that we could see some clouds or wind from this. But on Thursday, the low, if it follows the GFS, the low would be centered near Toronto, and it's just spinning and filling and weakening with some rain and some snow. And then on Friday, it begins to lift out, and even if this doesn't affect us with some wind and a few clouds, it's going to remain fairly dry across our neck of the woods. And even by a week from today, the trough over New England with the remnants of Sandy will be kicking out, and here comes another one coming in from the Plain States. And that could bring a storm system with a few showers, maybe some embedded thunder, and that could be our next chance of rain in about a week or 8 days or so. So it's going to be quite dry and quite cool around here. A couple days later, we have on the 7th, we have a trough coming in through the west, bit of a ridge over the east, a lot of activity up in Canada, and the surface shows some active weather to the north and west, southerly wind flow. That means we could see some warmer temperatures by the first part of November, maybe up into the 60s. And at the end of the forecast on the 11th, well, that's not warm. We have a very odd omega type pattern. Big storm off in the Atlantic, then a ridge, then a trough over us, then another ridge. So it's going to be quite odd. Maybe some thunderstorms in the south, but we'll see about this. It's likely to change. It's in voodoo territory. But last night's satellite image was not in voodoo territory. You see Sandy getting a lot of dry air entrenched into the eastern side of it. It was located north of the Bahamas, moving slow to the north. Some clouds off to our west, and elsewhere it was quiet. The watch warning map doesn't look very quiet, though. Freeze warnings from Illinois and southeast Iowa, south and westward. Some winter weather issues over Montana and Idaho. And tropical storm and hurricane Sandy stuff over the east coast. QPF chart precipitation over the next 5 days through Wednesday evening at 7 o'clock, showing most of the precipitation over the north and west. And with Sandy on the east, where they could get upwards of 6 to 10 inches of precipitation.